My name Big IGod. Y'all introduce yourself.
It's Big Hurst for Uptown Bedrock Boogie Down. You know how we do, we get it in.
Facts.
It's your boy Pissed Off Peanut.
Facts.
Date time. Wrong Fred.
So look, I want to ask your brother a question. How y'all feel about these racist white cops killing innocent black men? What's your take on that?
Well, let me put your take on. First, people got to understand, you know, how this whole system works. You know what I'm saying? And people may think that the Ku Klux Klans and all of them is dead. That they not dead. They live inside these precincts. They breed their children to grow into our society, to mingle in, to become police officers. And when they become police officers, those be the ones who be killing our brothers and sisters. You got to understand where it's coming from and how it's being done. It's not just that these white officers kill people. They were trained to do this. Our ancestors taught us this long ago. And you know what I'm saying? To never turn our back on the past. Our past is a constant reminder of what's going on right now.
Facts. What's your take on it, bro?
That's a fact, man. As he said, man, it's all about the upbringing, man. So they raise their kids and to hate us. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta instill in our kids for the future generation, so you can see it coming before it comes. You gotta be aware. You gotta be awareness. Be able to protect yourself. If you don't have the knowledge, if you're not knowledgeable to protect yourself, then you know you just as good as dead anyway. Like, you know. So like this been going on. You know. This is not nothing new. Everybody know this. It's just now. It's just like you said. We fed up. You know what I mean? It's about time.
That's what I said.
We speak our mind.
That's what I say. We fed up. Like, we not our ancestors. We love our ancestors, but we are turned up. We not playing that. It ain't no slap me, turn the cheek. You slap me, I'ma slap you back. You know what I mean?
Fact.
We not with that.
That's a fact. And always remember too, we don't gotta smack you though.
That's right.
We don't gotta smack you.
That's right.
Because our words and we got brains. You know what I mean? Y'all took a lot from us that we made up. You know what I'm saying? We created. So just know that we don't gotta use our hands and feet to get back at you. We got brains.
See, what you just said is deep right there, because everything we created ended up in their hands.
That's right.
Everything.
That's right.
They don't know how to use it right though. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to. The brain power is the most powerful thing. You know what I'm saying, on earth. Love is worse than a bullet. You understand what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? It's like you grow up with the big. We already been. This shit is a chip in us. They say we created everything. Of course we black, you know what I mean? Like, us blacks, you know what I mean? We not racist or anything like that. You know what I mean? We appreciate everything. You understand what I'm saying? No, that wasn't in our ancestors. That wasn't in our ancestors and everything. We was great thinkers. We still great thinkers. You know what I'm saying? We think about shit. We get shit done instead of doing this and doing that and asking people for this. It's all right sometimes to ask and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But don't expect nothing to get back. You know what I'm saying? Just expect. If you do, expect your blessings, man. Blessings is everything.
Do y'all agree that they hate us because we are the original people?
Nah, no, I would say God, hate is a powerful word. I just say they don't even know how they still trying to figure us out.
You got white people that hate us.
I feel like
the original people.
I feel
they
like
hate us.
This is my generation.
I think they hate themselves.
Well, this is no longer even my generation no more. But you understand? Like it's on the next up and coming. But right now, this is what they fear. You heard? This is what they scared of. They see that. They see it's like this is what gangbanging is really about. Like shit like this. This is what they scared of. They see everybody together. What they gonna do? They can't stop nothing. The only reason they really started putting hands on niggas again when niggas started rioting was because Trump said something. Other than that, what y'all was doing, what they was telling us?
He don't care nothing about nobody.
He don't give a fuck. You heard what he said? What he said? He said, y'all ain't shit. Y'all got nothing to lose. He said, we got nothing to lose. He said, our youth ain't shit. We live in poverty. Come on. Like, this shit is out of line. Like, they've been doing this to us for years. I'm never going to talk about when I was behind that wall with these white niggas, man. I'm never going to talk about that. I mean,
actually, you need to talk about it because a lot of people don't really understand what goes on behind that wall in the penitentiary. Like, first and foremost, a lot of people don't even understand in the penitentiary, when you get to the penitentiary, in most of those jails, those towns, they don't eat unless we go to jail.
That's right.
The whole town is being provided for off of the fact that we are incarcerated.
That's a fact. You know, look, I did 14 years. That's a fact. You're around a bunch of incest babies. That's the craziest thing. You're around people that the mother is the aunt and cousin. It's a bunch of incest babies, and they hate themselves, so they try to oppress us. The only job they got is in the prison system for upstate New York. That's the only job they got. And most of them is dumb.
They can't read and write.
They can't read and write. They
When we
dumb.
was up north, them dudes, they didn't even have GEDs.
I'm telling you, they got heads like that. They incest babies. They incest babies.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Let me say something. Let me explain you.
Talk to
On the
them.
real life, and I'm about life, and I'm telling our people, our black people, we need to start listening to more bros like our Dr. Benjamin Clark and people like that, you know, to know what's going on with our ancestors. But the real thing, everybody hate black people. It's you know what I'm saying, we the most hated race in this world. We was the only race in this country that was slaves. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors built this country and we have nothing to show for it. Every other race come to this country and they get everything. Look at the Bronx. No disrespect to the Puerto Ricans, but the Bronx is coming to New Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Blacks have nothing here.
Or the
You
Dominican
know
Republic.
what I'm saying? We have nothing.
That's
You know what I'm
because
saying?
we
are
aborting
black.
our babies, though.
Let me
That's
say
it.
this.
Exactly.
They the same like us, and this is where they
They
get
all
fucked up
black.
at.
And
They
a lot
need
of
to
them
stop
will tell
thinking
you
that
that.
it's something that's so different when they not. It's like we all the same. Like,
That's right. They'll tell you that.
It's not so different because the white niggas gonna do the same thing they gonna do to us blacks. The same thing they doing to a Hispanic, they gonna do the same thing to us. That's exactly
Education and
what Willie
everything.
Lynch. That's exactly what Willie Lynch did. Just
And
like
education.
that.
Why
That's
you
why
think
they
they
want
want-
us to go against each
Do
other.
people really know the
Want
history of
that.
Rikers Island?
Help them out.
What Rikers Island is? Let me tell you something. Back when they freed the slaves, it's a man called Richard Rikers. Him and a couple of judges, officers, white dudes, they chased down black free slaves here in New York City, took them back to Rikers Island and castrated them, raped them in front of their wives and all that, then killed them.
Savages.
Rikers Island. It's named after Richard Rikers, the original owner, the family who owned Rikers Island. That's one of the reasons why the Black Koreans is trying to close Rikers Island. See, people don't know that. They ain't know that we used to own Central Park. Our ancestors owned Central Park, but they was tricked and forced out of that land and all that. You know what I'm saying? Our young black people, we got to start seeing who we are. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot for this country. You know what I'm saying? I could go deep, man, with the Moors. You know what I'm saying? The Moors was the first people to ever travel this world. You know what I'm saying? They the ones who taught people in England and Italy and all that about alligator shoes, alligator skin and silk and all that. See, you know, we got a good history, man.
It's designed
You
to
gotta go
basically
to-
just keep us
kings and
under
queens.
radar. You understand what I'm saying? Any one of us, you see all our black leaders, man, or everybody who was black was about something or whatever,
About something.
got knocked off. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody.
There you
You
go.
understand?
Everybody.
Even down, you know what I'm saying? It's like, thank God, you know what I'm saying, that Obama didn't, you know what I'm saying, he didn't get knocked down. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody.
Wow, they should have knocked them down.
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Listen, you gotta
That's
understand.
our brother,
Not
but
only
he wasn't
listen.
for us.
Not only was he not for us, not only was Obama not for us, but he is part of the bloodline of the reptilian race. Barack Obama and Bush and Cheney are first cousins, so they got you bamboozled. On top of the fact that Obama is on the list. He's over there going to Fantasy Island with the dude that died in jail, Epstein.
Yep.
There's a fantasy where these guys fulfill pedophilia, child rape, and drink the blood of children.
right.
So when you thinking that these cats is down with us, they not.
They
But
not
you
down
touched
with
on
us.
something good, right? When you sit back and you analyze it, J. Edgar Hoover said, there will be no more black leaders unless we create them.
That's the creator.
Malcolm X said, when have you ever seen white people use celebrities as their leaders and spokesmen? So now the revolutionaries that we had, the George Jacksons, the Matula Shakurs, the Geronimo Chats, they've been either put in jail or executed like Malcolm X.
Or poisoned.
And now what you left
Dr.
with,
Saban.
Why you
is-
think Farrakhan stopped?
explain to me why you got Nino Browns and Donald Trump inviting Kanye West to the White House. Explain to me why you got P. Diddy sitting up there being a spokesman right now when all this was going on for black people all over because they destroyed all our leaders. And then what they did was they turned around and gave us they puppet ass celebrities. This whole shit with this death of George, the execution, if it was real with the closed casket, Michael Jackson casket was open. Everybody else casket was open. Why they closed this nigga casket? So we got to sit up there and ask the question, did we really accomplish what we thought we accomplished out of them closing, burning down businesses in the Bronx and closing us down? It's funny how we started off with the Wuhan, right? Why we still on punishment?
That's right.
Why we got a curfew? We got to rush this little interview up right now because we got to go in the house by 8 o'clock because the police for 1 minute was told to be easy on us. They watched everybody loot. When have you ever, let me ask y'all a question. When have y'all ever seen the police watch people break into a bank? When have you ever seen them just sit back and watch somebody rob a check cashing place? You got to ask yourself a question. Did we tear shit up or did they bait us into this situation?
They baited. And they knew what they was doing.
You got police on
steps ahead, though.
You got police on cameras breaking into stores, breaking windows to make it look like we doing this shit. You got white people all of a sudden coming to our community acting like they there to help us, but they giving you bricks and shit, infiltrating, but they want you to destroy. They can't pay they bill. So they need that insurance money. You know what I mean?
That shit gonna be replaced anyway.
Then you got these opportunists that's going to loot in the
hold up.
community.
You said it's going to hold up, but no. What you got to understand is when you go in and you dealing with on Fordham and certain little blocks, a lot of those stores that was burnt down and broke into, those was Dominican and Puerto Ricans that come from our neighborhoods. And now you got to sit up and think, some of them don't have that high ass insurance where everything's going to be replaced. So this was basically death by design to destroy the middle class, which is the New World Order.
Which is, you're right.
So this was always part of the plan. And then you got to keep in mind, this is why I got mad at my son and Tamika Mowry when they got on the news and said, let that shit burn. Dude, you not realize that we got little young kids that's tired? So our kids, no, actually they did. They started after Antifa because Antifa came to the hood and started spreading money around, telling little ones of them, go hit the spots, and then the police sat. Then you gotta keep in mind, the police actually sat back and watched. They didn't stop nothing. The whole Fordham, the whole Fordham came outside. The whole Fordham came outside. The police was in riot gear, watching them break into the banks and everything else. As a matter of fact, the jewelry store, there's a video with the police cutting the gate of the jewelry store going in there to rob it. So now, when have you ever seen the police at a standstill? I've seen dudes take garbage cans and bust the police in the head, and they didn't pull their gun. That's because they didn't want them to. This was all staged. This is the second wave of the coronavirus. The first wave didn't do what they wanted it to do. Now that we started destroying shit, the next wave, they writing in the Constitution, or rather they erasing the Constitution, but guess what? We was only 3/5 of a man anyway. We was only 3/5 of a man.
One thing we gotta understand,
That's definitely peace.
our life to the government is a number game. You know what I'm saying? When you born,
We ain't number cattle.
when you born, you got a social security. So that's attracting you from birth. You know what I mean? Oh, the government.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
tap them numbers and you get
But then you know the trap. What you gonna do about it? Because IGod ain't falling for the trap. I know about all this bullshit. I'm not falling for the trap. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna keep educating my people, and we're gonna keep it pushing. We're not falling for that. And like I said a million times, we not our ancestors. We'll tear you up. Trust me.
In all kind of ways, man.
And you the voice of the future right there.
Right.
You young brothers, the world is yours.
I be trying to tell niggas my age to pay attention. For me, I'm aware.
That's my son.
I know it's in the books. I know it's
teach my kids
that's
everything.
different.
One thing I learned though,
I teach my kids
one
everything.
thing I learned, you can't talk too
Everybody
much.
not gonna listen.
Right.
Everybody not gonna listen.
Everybody learn
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
Everybody
I
learn
take
different. Everybody teach different.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you gotta go through something so you can understand it. You really can't understand it unless you go through it anyway.
Right.
I seen you up there. What we last
I done had a new.
Anything else y'all want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Stay safe, Black
Stay
Lives
woke,
Matter.
wise,
Stay woke.
aware, protected, man. That's the main thing, man. Protect
Facts.
yourself, man. At all times, every category that you can, man. know what I mean, it ain't about just picking up a gun. Anybody can pick up a gun and pull a weapon.
Anybody
Man.
can do that.
Read a book, find out what you're getting into, man. Know the ins and outs.
Find
man.
out what you
That's
missing.
where all the answers at. If you're looking for answers and you missing, that's what it at.
Life is a loophole, man. Don't get left out the loop, man.
And don't for word of wisdom though, you know what I mean? Don't do a lot of this though. Do a lot of this, man. Just listen, pay attention.
You
man.
got 2 ears and
See
1
what I'm
mouth.
saying? Don't do a lot of don't run this too much, you know what I mean? And don't be too loud about, because you draw attention. When you draw attention, everybody know who you are and what you're about, or whatever the case may be. Just be quiet, move silently, man, and do what you gotta do. Take care of your life, you know what I mean?
Right.
Take care of your family, man, and make sure, you know what I'm saying, that trail, that shit that you trailing, make sure whoever behind you, make sure it's a blessing. Make sure it ain't that hard for them
Don't
when they
lead
come
your
from
niggas in
behind
the
you.
destruction, man. Lead your
Please,
niggas in the right way.
make sure
Now,
it's
whatever
clear
you do,
for them.
I don't give a fuck what you
Clear.
doing. You gangbanging, you not gangbanging, you got friends, you whatever. You lead niggas the right way. Don't
Right
lead
way,
niggas
right
in
way,
the destruction.
right way, right way.
Don't lead them to a path to destruction.
That's a fact.
And that's peace.